meaningfully collaborate with local grassroots organizations. Any national organization has to be committed, really committed, on a fundamental level, to truly facilitating the real empowerment of local communities. Meaning the real empowerment of local communities to be able to determine for themselves their own priorities, their own tactics. And that presents a very fundamental and inherent contradiction, because if you're a national organization with your own agenda and your own objectives, the idea is very threatening to think about using your resources to empower local communities to make decisions on a local level about tactics and objectives that might very well come to be not exactly what the national organization had in mind when they first got started. So it's difficult work. I think it's worth it on both sides. The national organizations bring to local communities and grassroots organizations resources. The ACLU, we have traditionally brought resources in the form of lawyers and litigation, and the ability to litigate cases at a high and professional level. We also bring access to national media. National media pays attention if the ACLU says something is important. We are able to get some coverage of that, and that is very useful to have as a local grassroots organization as well. But I think that even more importantly than sort of what we bring is what we get, and that's what I want to focus on for the next few minutes. Is sort of what I call, in my own mind, the top reasons for national organizations to collaborate meaningfully with grassroots organizations, in spite of these challenges. And I think all of these could be encompassed in the sort of broad general category of effectiveness. We have to, in order to continue to be effective. It's no longer, especially as an organization like the ACLU, it's traditionally focused on litigation and lobbying on a national level to get things done. We're no longer really able to do that in an effective way in today's political and legal reality, especially not in the area of drug law reform. I mean, I don't think that anybody seriously thinks that we're going to be able to get Congress to radically reform drug laws, marijuana laws, anytime in the near future. I don't think that we're going to be able to, not without first putting pressure on them from local, homegrown grassroots organizations. We're not going to be able to go to the Supreme Court and get a decision, anytime in the near future that radically changes or reforms drug laws or marijuana laws. We've been to the Supreme Court a couple times recently with medical marijuana, and I think that we're going to be back there again, and I think that we do have we ought to win. We ought to win if what was going on was really an honest assessment of the law and of fundamental rights, but realistically it's a very, very difficult proposition to think about winning anything meaningful today in federal court or in the Supreme Court. So what we have to do is we have to fundamentally change the way that mainstream Americans think about, feel about, talk about drug law reform and marijuana law reform. And you can't do that sort of from the top down nationally. You have to do that from the grass up, from the grassroots up. So here are the three things that I think that we get that help make us more effective by collaborating meaningfully with local organizations. Education. I think that it's no accident. I know it's no accident that what we're trying to do in Seattle or in Washington with Allison's position is called the Marijuana Education, Public Education Campaign. But the education goes both ways. Importantly, I think that we as a national organization need to collaborate meaningfully with local organizations because we need to be educated about what people in your communities are thinking and feeling and talking about when they talk about marijuana law reform and drug law reform. And
we so happy we alive. We together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies, Now's the time to legalize. Tell me, brother, tell me true. What the hell we gonna do? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy, we alive, we together can survive. But Mother Nature, heaven sent, don't belong to government. Hey there, sister, what's the plan? Do you really understand? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? We so happy, we alive, we together can survive. Stop the bullshit, stop the lies. Now's the time to legalize. Half the world up in smoke. Where on earth can we take a tug? Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me? Human nature, full and free, modifies reality. Open up, inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Open up, inner flower, peace and love, inner power. Remember the days we saw purple haze. 1 and 1 is 3. Hey, hey, baby, what you do to me?